Hey guys, it's Emily and I'm talking to you about oregano today. So oregano is one that I'd like you to be a little careful with. Okay, this is one that we call a hot oil. That means it can burn your skin if you don't dilute it properly. And so this is one that I want to tell you about. I don't want you to be afraid. I just want you to be more aware of this oil, that when it gets on your hands, like I'm touching my face, probably shouldn't do that. So when it gets on your hands, I want you to be really aware and to wash it off before you touch. And oregano is really powerful for helping the immune system, and it helps us to fight the bacterial infections or the immune system support that we need when we're not feeling well. So oregano is something that I've used a lot when I get dental work, and you can make a mouthwash with it. So you use like fractionated coconut oil, like we talked about. This is a carrier oil. I like putting mine with a dropper in it because it's easier to use. And then I do about a tablespoon of fractionated or regular coconut oil, 2 drops of melaleuca, 2 drops of on guard, and 2 drops of oregano, and clove, or maybe any of the other oils like frankincense is very soothing too. And you rinse and you swish with your mouth about 2 to 3 times a day if you're really having a problem. That's something I've really benefited from. So oregano is one that you want to heavily dilute, as we talked about. So how I like to use it best is actually in the doTERRA touch line. You see it says touch, teeny tiny letters right there above the word oregano, you see. I like having it in a pre-diluted roller bottle for my kids so that I can just swipe it on their feet and then they're on their way, and I don't have to mix a very hot oil around my children. What oregano is used for is if you have if you're starting to not feel well, this is one that you can apply to your kids' feet or to your own feet. This is probably not one that you're going to diffuse. This would be a little bit spicy for your nose, I would think. They say use caution when diffusing this one. Generally, it will just smell like oregano. But topically, just make sure that you heavily dilute it. And when we talk about ingesting oregano, one of my favorite ways is to use a veggie capsule. So let me get one of these out for you. These are veggie capsules from doTERRA. They're just empty. Get one. So they're an empty vegetable capsule, and what you can do is you then fill it with 1 or 2 drops of oregano and 2 drops of melaleuca, 5 drops of On Guard. That's kind of like a sick bomb, a cootie bomb, like we like to call it. And if you like, you could fill the rest of the capsule with fractionated coconut oil if you have a sensitive tummy like mine. Generally speaking, most people don't drink oregano because it can be irritating to the skin in your mouth. So that's one way that we use oregano oil, you guys, and I hope that you find benefit from it. And don't be afraid, just be cautious. Now, a good tip, if you ever get an essential oil in your eye, or your children get an oil in their eye, grab a handful of regular coconut oil and hold it onto their eye and just let them blink it out. That's a great way to get an oil out of your eye, because if you use water, it burns more, right? Because you want an oil, because water and oil separate, so it drives the oil further into your eye. So when we're talking about really spicy oils, that's a tip I like to share. Use some coconut oil and just pin your kid down and let them blink it out. The oil is not going to hurt their eye. The coconut oil is not going to hurt their eye, and it'll make them feel a lot better faster. Trust me. All right, have a great time with oregano. Don't be afraid of this oil. It is amazing.